welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is mostly about cozy mystery books, but we'll have some other videos from time to time. And today we are continuing my brand new series called Spotlighting Cozies. This is where I look at different themes and genres within cozies and let you know what's out there to read. And boo, holy moly, there's so many. Like, my own TBR has grown so much in the short amount of time I've been doing this series. Let me know in the comments below if yours has. Let me know which spotlights you're interested in seeing. Anything else that you want to talk about, that's the place to do it. On your way down to comment, don't forget to stop. Hit the subscription and the notification bell because that's going to tell you when I put out new videos each and every single week. All right, let's get to it. Let's continue spotlighting cozies, looking at culinary cozies in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, guys, just a few notes before we jump into this list. The first note is there were no authors with the last name E for culinaries, so we are starting with F and G. The next note is that for this particular spotlight, I've excluded bakeries, wineries, chocolate shops, breweries, coffee shops. There might be a couple other things, and that's just because there's so many of those still have their very own spotlight, and they are some of my absolute favorite cozies, so I will not be forgetting them. This is everything else that could be considered a cozy mystery, culinary cozy mystery. All right, my last note before we jump into this list is for spotlighting, I am excluding series that started and ended before the year 2000. And that's just because they're very hard to find. If it's something you're super interested in seeing, that's something else that you should drop in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you. All right, let's get into it. The first series is the Culinary Food Writer Mystery Series. It is by Nancy Fairbanks. The first book is called Crime Brulee. It'll be right here. The main character is Carolyn Blue. She's a food writer. This also features her husband, Jason, who is a scientist. 40-something homemaker Carolyn Blue is through with cooking and cleaning. She's finally decided to throw in the dish towel and take on a dream job as a food writer. Now, her plate is filled with exotic locales, delectable food, and even a dash of crime to taste. She could very well get used to this. It was a perfect arrangement. Carolyn had already planned to accompany her husband to an academic conference in New Orleans, an event that meant visiting old college pals. So why not use the opportunity to write a story about Cajun cuisine? Yum. But just as she gets a taste of Creole, she gets a bite of crime. Her friend Julian disappears at a dinner party. True, she had been fighting with her husband, but that only worries Carolyn more. Now, she has to put her taste testing aside to search for answers, and the trail leads her right into an alligator swamp. Carolyn better act fast because in these parts, it's eat or be eaten. Woo. It says that this series includes delicious Southern recipes. There are 10 books in that series. I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds super exciting. The next series is the Pancake House series. It's by Sarah Fox. The first book is called The Pancakes of Wrath. It's actually right here. The main character is Marley McKinney. She is the Pancake House manager in Wildwood Cove. This also features her cat, Flapjack. I have read the first 2 in this series. I really enjoyed them. When Marley McKinney's aging cousin Jimmy is hospitalized with pneumonia, she agrees to help run his pancake house while he recovers. With its rustic interior and syrupy scent, the Flapside Pancake House is just as she pictured it, and the grumpy chef is a wizard with crepes. Marley expects to spend a leisurely week or 2 in Wildwood Cove, the quaint coastal community where she used to spend her summers. But then cousin Jimmy is found murdered, sprawled on the rocks beneath a nearby cliff. After she stumbles across evidence of stolen goods in Jimmy's workshop, Marley is determined to find out what's really going on in this not-so-quiet town of Wildwood Cove. With help from her childhood crush and her adopted cat Flapjack, Marley sinks her teeth into the investigation. But if she's not careful, she's going to get burned by a killer who's only interested in stirring up trouble. There are 6 books in this series. Like I said, at least the ones that I've read have been very good. So the next series is the Italian Kitchen Mystery Series. The author is Rosie Genova. The first book is called Murder and Marinara. It'll be right here. The main character is Victoria Renzi. She is a mystery series author, and she also works in her family's Italian restaurant in New Jersey. I love books about big families. This is one I know I'm gonna get into. When Victoria takes a break from penning her popular mystery series and moves back to the Jersey Shore, she imagines sun, sand, and scents of fresh basil and simmering marinara sauce at the family restaurant, the Casa Lido. But her Nona's recipes aren't the only things getting stirred up in this Italian kitchen. Their small town is up in arms over plans to film a new reality TV show. And when Victoria serves the show's pushy producer his last meal, the Casa Lido staff finds itself embroiled in a murder investigation. Victoria wants to find the real killer, but there are as many suspects as tomatoes in her Nona's garden. Now she'll have to heat up her sleuthing skills quickly before someone else gets a plate full of murder. 3 books in that series. It says it includes recipes. Yum-o. And gosh, it just sounds like a series that I would totally be into. So the next series is the cookbook Nook. Whew, say that 5 times fast. It's by Daryl Weber. The first book in the series is called Final Sentence. It'll be right here. The main character is Jenna Hart. She is a cookbook store owner in coastal California. As a marketing expert, Jenna wants to make sure the grand opening of the cookbook Nook draws a crowd, and no one is better at getting attention than her old college roommate, celebrity chef Desiree Devine. But when Desiree arrives in Crystal Cove to do a cookbook signing, the diva stirs up more trouble than business, especially when she turns up dead. Known for stealing husbands and burning bridges, Desiree left behind plenty of suspects, including Jenna. Though the celebrity's life always appeared to be an open book, Jenna will have to read between the lines in order to clear her name and catch a killer before another body is served cold. There are 9 books in this series. It says it includes recipes. Holy moly, that sounds intriguing. The next book is The All-Day Breakfast Cafe. It's by Lena Gregory. The first book in the series is Scone Cold Killer. I love the cozy mystery titles. They're just, I love them. The main character in this is Gia Morelli. She is a diner owner in Florida. For Florida diner owner Gia Morelli, there's no such thing as too much breakfast, unless it kills you. Yeah, that's too much breakfast. When Gia Morelli's marriage falls apart, she knows it's time to get out of New York. Her husband was a scam artist who swindled half the millionaires in town, and she doesn't want to be there when they decide to take revenge. On the spur of the moment, she follows her best friend to a small town in central Florida, where she braves snakes, bears, and giant spiders to open a cheery little diner called the All-Day Breakfast Cafe. Owning a restaurant has been her lifelong dream, but it turns into a nightmare the morning she opens her dumpster and finds her ex-husband's body crammed inside. Ooh, yeah. Wow. As the suspect du jour, Gia will have to scramble fast to prove her innocence before a killer orders another cup of murder. There are 3 books in that series. So that, guys, is F&G Culinary Cozies. I hope you enjoyed this spotlight, and until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everyone.